Azure SQL Trigger is a function trigger that is invoked as soon as any change happens in the SQL database. For example, insert, update, delete. So the key requirement, this trigger requires SQL Server change tracking to be enabled on the database and specifically on the table side. So I will show you this. So you will on the tracking for the database and a table side to get advantage of the SQL trigger. So the purpose, enable real-time data processing and integration based on database changes. Whenever anything happens in the database, any table, so you can trigger this this Azure function. So it used for real-time processing, scalability, and cost efficient. Provide the same benefit as the Azure function by scaling only when needed and it being cost effective. And integration great for integrating different applications based on the database events. So its advantage is a little bit complex in setup and latency. You must consider potential latency issue and design. You need to decide if this trigger is a better solution than a simpler option like a timer trigger. So this is about your requirement. So you will decide based on your requirement. It's suitable, SQL trigger is suitable or timer trigger is suitable for you. And example audit changes. So I will show you the SQL trigger based example in Visual Studio, but for this you will need to create one SQL Server database. For example, in my case, I will go with car sharing DB, and you will create one table, car holding in my case, and you will enable. I will also give you a script to enable tracking, and you will also allow IP if you have a SQL Server. So you will also allow the IP as well. So for this, what you will do? So first of all, so this is our Azure portal, and I created one specific resource for this course. So you can see here I already created one SQL server, and the other one is the database. So these two things is needed. First you will create a SQL server, and how you will create, I will show you. Like for example, you will go to the home page, you will search SQL server, and you will click on the create, and you will select the subscription, then resource group you are using, and you will give any name to a server, and you will careful while selecting the package. Like for example, I will select with SQL server authentication. You will give password and confirm password, and you will go to the network security. You will keep it default. And you can see here I will go with I will not use Microsoft Defender for now, and you will give the name, and you will create. So this is how you can create. After creating a SQL server, you will add the database, SQL database. So you will go to the database section, you will create the database, and here you will select the database name, you will select the server you created, and you will select the, if you are using SQL Elastic Pool. So currently I'm not using, so click no, and it's for development purpose, and you will select the local redundancy just for this is just for the learning purpose. So I will go with local redundant, and this is the storage and compute. So I will go, so you will select the basic version just for the development purpose. So you will be careful here while selecting the workload for your application. So once you create the SQL server, you can open this in the SQL management, SQL server management. So you can see here I already created, and I am connected with the this server. So how you will get the connection string? So you will go to the your resource group, and this is our server, and you can see here you will go to the, this is the name of the server, and now I will go to the database. So this is my database, and this is the connection string. So you can get connection string from this part. So this is done. Now you will connect with the server, and you will change the database. So this is our database, car share DB. So what I'm doing with this script, I'm just set change tracking on. So you will need this to be on for this database, and you will also create a table. Okay, so this is two things. You will enable tracking on the table side as well as on the DB side. So you will need this script to be run. So once you run this script, the tracking will be enabled for this. Now I will go back to the Visual Studio. Now I will run the other part. Like for example, this is the This Azure function is based on like SQL triggers. You can see here this is Azure function, and it's based on the SQL trigger, and it's accepting. This is the car holder, this is the table name, and this is the connection string, and it will accept the list of the read-only SQL changes. So this is the changes list, and you can process the changes according to your requirements. And For this, you will add this local setting .json, and you will need this property to be added. Website site name, which is the audit app. And apart from that, if you go to the connected services, you can see here you will connect the SQL database here. So you can see here. You can connect. I already created the car share DB, so you can also edit. For example, you can select your database from your subscription as well. For example, this is our database I created on the Azure portal. So you will select this and you will go next, and then it will be connected to your Visual Studio and this Azure Service app. And you can also manage the secret in this secret.json file as well. So if I go to the manage secret session, this is the connection string I will get from the portal. But I already show this. You can see this database, and you will get this from this. If you click on this, you can get this connection string from here. Okay, so this is about the SQL trigger Azure function, and I will go back to the audit. So you can see here I will run this application. Let's go select as a startup project. So now I will run this application. Okay, so now it's running. The application is running. Now I will add one data. For example, I will insert one record to the table. For example, ID 4, and this is the Abdullah. So I will add one record. As soon as I add the record, I will select the database to run the query. Okay, so record is inserted, and you can see here it's triggered, and I will run, and you can see here this is the record is added. The new record is added. So you can see here this is how the Azure function. You can see here this is the SQL changes, operation 0 item. This item is added. So this is how the SQL trigger Azure function work.